Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And my question of today is, are you buying crypto right freaking now? Right now, are you buying crypto? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section down below. And the reason I am asking you guys that is because right now it's a really exciting time. I mean, we all saw Bitcoin break its all-time high. We all saw Ethereum come quite close. And the next question that's on everybody's mind is, what's going to be the next coin to break all-time high? What's going to be the next coin? What is it going to be? And when will Bitcoin surge to the moon? Letting all coins run its course afterwards, basically. I mean, I personally thought that Bitcoin dominance would go above 50% first. Still kind of think so, and if we really put two and two together, I think that Bitcoin is going to go on even a crazier run in the near future before altcoins are going to take over. Again, that is just my thought process. Now, having said that, Bitcoin right now going down about 3%, Ethereum minus 3, BNB plus 3, ADA being neutral, Solana being plus 14%, which funny enough has been one of my favorite coins throughout the last week. As you guys have most likely seen, I've been shilling this coin a little bit, and that's because it just looked extremely undervalued. But right now, Solana is right back to all-time high, which I think the majority of you guys also expected, right? I mean, we've literally been shouting out for a good while that it's undervalued because even though the project stopped for a little bit, there was a little bit of a problem. The coin is very freaking good. The platform is very, very fast, very, very good. And so the fact that it was down while a lot of other coins were rising up and it was kind of stagnant showed me something is wrong and some push needs to happen, which is why we called it out last week. And then XRP, one of my favorite cryptos, a lot of you guys are still hating the coin, but let me tell you guys once more, all right? With XRP, it is the risk to reward. A lot of you guys are saying in the comment section, I'm selling my XRP. You do you, my friend. If you think that you can get a better return on some other coin, by all means, go for it. I personally keep a good stash of XRP because I believe this bull run, it can go crazy because look at the numbers. XRP is 250% away from its all-time high, while the rest is relatively close. But second of all, there's always this lawsuit part that's keeping the price suppressed. So I'm always worrying that if I sell this coin, what if the lawsuit fixes itself all of a sudden, the coin goes times whatever, 15 or so, and I'm left empty-handed because I felt too greedy for the gains. Now, on a side note, I guess if you're selling your XRP for Bitcoin, to then sell it off for some Ethereum, to then sell it back for XRP, I can't really hold that against you, honestly, because that's the cycle and that's the kind of the road which I think that everything is going to take from right now, but it is a risky one, all right? It's a risky one, but not completely impossible. Having said that, my trades are still doing quite nice, and we actually just bought a little bit of extra Bitcoin at about $61,000. Right now, the price has rebounded about $300 already, having hit about $60,100, but my next buy was about $59,100, so we didn't hit that, unfortunately. But this exactly is why you don't buy everything at once, and why you don't panic or FOMO when something happens, guys. Layer your buys, and again, think about things logically. We just now hit an all-time high for Bitcoin. It was very obvious that the price was going to correct. We didn't know how much though. And just because now an ETF came out, let me put in a new timestamp. Maybe I should put a new timestamp for that, right? Because I talked about the trades and now I should put a timestamp for ETF talk. Just now an ETF got launched. Price moves again. All right, Bitcoin drops to $60,000 after the launch of the second ETF. And by the way, guys, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, we are about, I think, 3 or so subscribers away. No, let's see here. We're now 2 subscribers away from 133,000. If you're at the 133,000, let me know in the comments section down below. That's pretty damn cool. If you're already subscribed, love you, man. Love you guys. Love you guys. All right, Bitcoin bears are back in the driver's seat just 2 days after the crypto hit a new all-time high. Why are the bears in the driver's seat? Well, because people are buying the rumors, selling the news a little bit. And at the sideline, it's also because we don't really know what to think of an ETF just quite yet. We are talking here about futures ETFs, and I have a video coming up one of these days explaining to you all what the difference is between a futures and a spot ETF. But long story short, a futures ETF in this sense is mostly good for the bigger institutions, and it doesn't really do too much good for us as individuals, except for creating some more, I guess, liquidity in the broader Bitcoin market. Then again, it just doesn't do too much for us as individuals. And so why would retail buy in because of an ETF? Well, just because there's more speculation going on right now in the higher ends of things. Then again, some people say it's bad because the more speculation leads to more manipulation, which leads to the industry having less quote-unquote decentralization from the real people and more from the institutions, which kind of brings it back to the dollar standard, which people try to escape from, which again is completely up for your own interpretation. But I can understand where people are coming from with their problems from these ETFs, because it gives more control into the higher parts, and that's what people don't really like. All right, that's just my thought process though. Now, on a sideline, yesterday the price of Bitcoin also tanked about 87% on Binance.us due to a bug in a trading algorithm. Yes, guys, it was not a bug on the exchange like I've explained. A lot of you guys keep saying, Dusty, this is not a flash crash, it's just a bug on the exchange, you big doofus. And then I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. If I'm telling you something has happened and I don't say, maybe, then I know what I'm talking about, all right? Binance US explained that there was a bug in a trading algorithm from some pretty big fund, but other exchanges were not affected because, again, some Binance US user basically made a little bit of an oopsie, which cost them a lot of money because they basically sold a lot of freaking Bitcoin at some really cheap prices. The most recent drop coincided with the renewed weakness in the US equity market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average turned red after Fed Chairman Jerome Powell told a banking panel that the central bank is on track to taper monthly bond purchases. Quote, the main focus now, of course, is on taper, and I think the communication on that worked, end quote. Powell also said that inflation is expected to remain higher than expected well into the new year due to the double whammy of labor shortage and supply chain issues. It's very freaking interesting to watch this. Now, heading over into some XRP news that a lot of you guys came here for. Ripple CEO claims Ether surpassed XRP because of the SEC. I have a couple of things to say about this straight away. First of all, I believe so too. I honestly believe that XRP right now, instead of being number 7 or so, would be number 2 right now, had it not been for the SEC. But that's two-sided though, because I believe that if the SEC hadn't come, XRP would always have this lingering thread of being claimed to be a security and whatnot. Then again, Ethereum has that thread too, yet it's not being thought about as much. Because think about it, guys. Right now, Ethereum could still be a security, yet people don't value it that way because the price is not down, because they haven't been officially sued, and it kind of feels as if they've been pardoned and let go, which is not completely true. Then again, I feel as if with XRP that quote-unquote thread would have been higher than with Ethereum, and so the price couldn't get to its full potential anyway. And so right now that they've gotten sued, there's more potential for XRP to go on a crazy rocket spree. Because again, think about it, guys. If the XRP price goes times 10 because of a positive verdict by the judge, which is not too crazy, it's right back to number 2. All right? Do I think XRP can beat Bitcoin? I don't want to say yes, because I do believe it's possible, but I don't know if it's going to happen under these conditions. I believe there's quite a lot of things which need to happen first before XRP can overtake the number 1 spot. But theoretically speaking, XRP being the only properly regulated currency in the United States, cryptocurrency I should add, could theoretically speaking push it to number 1 for a fraction. I mean, think about it. It's the only crypto in the world, in the United States that is, or for the United States, that's properly regulated and officially allowed to be bought basically as a proper currency, or at least non-security. It's the only one that has the actual clarity then by the judge's standard. Yeah, that theoretically speaking could actually make it so incredibly huge. You just sometimes forget how big of a deal that could be. Then again, guys, I'm already satisfied with, the price going times 11 or so, bringing the price to about $12. I would definitely be satisfied. That would bring XRP to the number 2 spot, which I think it should have been at right now. And the CEO claims the same thing. During his appearance at the DC FinTech Week virtual conference, Brad Garlinghouse opined that the regulatory clarity that Ether, the second biggest crypto, has received from the US SEC, allowed it to surpass XRP. I agree. Within the last few years, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset. As it became given that the SEC had given a hall pass to Ethereum, Ethereum has obviously kind of exploded. The clarity has helped. And I agree with that. Garlinghouse adds that market forces are supposed to determine winners and losers instead of regulators. And in December of 2017, XRP became the second largest crypto, but it has since slipped to 7th place. Ether is now firmly second, with its market cap recently surpassing that of banking giant JP Morgan. And Garlinghouse slammed Gary Gensler for refusing to answer whether the rival crypto is a security, adding that the existing security laws are outdated. Quote, "If laws are so clear, then let's just say the answer to these questions," end quote. And I actually agree with Garlinghouse on this one. Why, if everything is so obvious, don't they just say, you know what, guys, Bitcoin, fine. Ethereum, fine. This coin, security. This coin, not a security. This coin, security. If it's so clear, then why don't they just make a freaking list of all the top cryptos here, the top 100, for example, and say whether or not they are security, following their own rules. Lawsuits might follow afterwards or whatever, but it's interesting, that they don't give out any information on that, and they're leaving people to speculate for themselves, with the people not finding it clear and the SEC being the only guys who find it clear, but they're the rule makers who are supposed to protect. So, if they find it clear, but the people don't, then what's the point? Right? If they don't act and help out, I just don't really understand that. But then again, that's the SEC's strange way of doing things, and I've kind of grown to accept it nowadays. I'm like, you know what? It's just the SEC and how they move. Makes absolutely no sense, but I've kind of accepted that it doesn't, because they've been doing this for so many years. Now, Vechain breaks a major trend line, why Vechain could see massive explosion. So, Vechain has for a long time now been one of my favorite cryptos. You guys probably know I cover this coin so ridiculously many times on my channel. It's because they have proven use case, proven partnerships, proven everything. This coin was one of my best buys back when it was actually called VEN, a long time ago, right? Then I think in 2018 or something like that, it switched over from being VEN to VET. It's been one of my best coins at that point. And yeah, I've just been sticking with them and seeing the partnerships just explode. So what they basically do is they make the supply chain a lot better. And the way that I usually like to explain Vechain to people is, let's say you have some milk, wine, shoes, whatever. There's mostly two things which you'd want to do that have to do with supply chain, which is tracking and verifying. Let's say you use this milk as an example. You want to know exactly what part of the world that milk came from, right? Once you get the carton in your house or the freaking flask or whatever. Well, you can do that by scanning a QR, which Vechain facilitates. And with shoes, you want to authenticate that they're really real. Well, you can do that with Vechain's codes, for example. You want to know that the wine was actually aged for 27 years. Well, you can do that with Vechain's technology. And so forward and so on. They're working with freaking Renault, BMW, DNVGL. I think that one is kind of a sketchy one, but LVMH, China. They're working with quite a couple of guys. Walmart, China. I'm now kind of drawing a blank, but they have so freaking many partners, guys. It's just ridiculous. If you look through the list, you're noticing, wow, Vechain is pretty freaking crazy like that. And they have some key proponents in their team as well. And Sonny Liu also used to work for Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy before, I think. Yeah, I believe so. But that good project, guys. Good project. And why can it continue to grow? Well, because they partnered up and basically got themselves a solution which allows for almost any company out there to work with a blockchain system while having no real actual experience with it, basically. That's one of the solutions which they launched. It's just, oh man, it's called Toolchain, by the way. Toolchain, look it up if you want to. It's just amazing, man. This technology is really, really good. And they've also met up with some Chinese officials. Here you can see Vechain received a certificate from the China Association for Standardization, a body under the State Council, for our major contributions to the standard for household electrical equipment. Our blockchain tech is becoming the industry standard. And again, they have actually met up with the Chinese government officially in Singapore, I believe, a couple of times. These guys are, oh man, and once the Chinese government official partnerships roll in, remember, the Chinese government is not so excited about crypto, yet they're pretty excited on Vechain. Chinese tech, I think it can do really, really well, guys. I think it can do really, really well. Having said that, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you press that like button to help the video perform a little bit better. And of course, subscribe to the channel with that notification bell on. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. And I recommend to sometimes refresh the channel, because you don't get notifications for all the videos I post. And you might want to see some new update that's on there. So thank you all for watching.